Dati. So being said, um, again, there is no individual membership. No? So if you are worrying of membership, actually you don't have to. Again, normally there is a lead, let's say the new version will come out, the lead version 5. If your organization is member, probably it's free to download. Otherwise, you have to pay $250. Around somewhere like that, 200 to 250. Now, in this course, these materials, $200, $250, I'll give it uh, I'll give it free, no problem. I already purchased it. Maybe you want to pursue your lead AP exam, there's no problem on that. So what we measure, what performance matters to lead, no? So LEED is a voluntary certification applied to any building type and at any building life cycle, meaning not just construction, including the operation and maintenance aspect of the building. No? And what they promoted. No? So these are the following: sustainable sites, water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, materials and resources, indoor environmental quality or IEQ, innovation in design, and regional priority. Now, after this lead process that what we're discussing today, probably we'll move on to sustainable sites. And then that's actually our topics. No? So after this, sustainable site, and then water efficiency, and like that. No? And this is how the lead rating system is being arranged. Remember, you will get the maximum points in the energy and atmosphere sections. Remember, your building will be certified if you get 39 points. 40 points. No? And energy and management alone, energy and atmosphere alone, you can you can get as high as 33 points. No? Normally, how they measure per square meter or sorry, English system, right? American. Every square foot, American. How much energy consumed? The lower per area, better area. The points increase. Because maybe you're wondering how they calculate. I'll show you later. Okay. So what LEED deliver? Third-party certification through the Independent Green Building Certification Institute. Again, the change name, as what I mentioned earlier, now it's become Green Business Certification. No? And GBCI includes a network of ISO-compliant international certifying body. Ensure the consistency, capacity, and integrity of LEED certification process. So meaning, the standard itself is also aligned with ISO standard. No? So if you're implementing ISO 26001, Corporate Social Responsibility Program, 14001, 9001, 45001, it is not necessarily contradicting. Okay? Because they develop the standard, the green building standard, according to those prominent standard as well, international standard. No? So how to achieve a building certification? Credits are weighted to reflect their potential environmental impact. Additionally, 10 bonus points are available. So 100 points is the threshold, but there is a bonus point. So the total is 110 points, and we call it bonus points. Okay? However, a project must satisfy all prerequisites and earn minimum number of points to be certified. So meaning there are what is prerequisite? Prerequisite is requirement that if you did not fulfill, might revoke your certifications applications, might revoke your green building certification. However, achieving prerequisite will not give you points. Remember that, because we've been discussing the LEED process. You need to understand that, how it works. No? And GBCI assume administration of LEED certification for commercial and institutional projects registered under the LEED rating system. So what is again the relationship of the both of them? Again, for the newcomer, GBCI administered the green building certification and professional credential. When you do the exam, you will not see the logo of USGBC. You will see the logo of GBCI, which is the Green Building Certification Institute, where you will upload your project documentation, where you apply for green building certification, definitely through LEED online. For the professional credentialing, where you will apply, go to usgbc.org, create an account there, it's free, and then pay the exam. That's it. Is there any eligibility requirements? No. You only need this, that's it. And money, of course. You have this, but you don't have money, problem. You are not qualified. You need money, of course. Hmm. So the USGBC is the one developed, the LEED rating system. Now the version 5 will come. The LEED training, they do the training and referencing, no? Which normally costs around $200, 209, 220. But if your organization is member, probably free. But again, for you, I'll give it free. I will make it available in your classroom. Uh, So now, what is GBCI? Independent third-party organization to ensure precision in the design, development, and implementation of the process used to increase and measure green building performance, the certification, and green building practice credentialing. So again, for you, you should not say you are certified. You have the credential. Hmm? So GBCI provide balanced objective management of LEED professional credential, including LEED Green Associate and LEED AP credential, which you can pursue after you become a LEED GA professional. You can say. Sometimes I make also a mistake. Through structured exam, development application, registration, and delivery. And they also oversee the CMP, no? The Credentialing Maintenance Program. So every 2 years, not 3 years, every 2 years, I don't know why. This is one of the American credentialing I noticed. So far, most of them 3 years. PMP, CFM, CCQM 3 years, except LEED. Even NPA, CFP is 3 years. All right. But you need minimum 15 points. 15 points, 15 hours of education or continuous professional development, like training related to green building practice, like that. Normally, they will tell you at least 4 hours directly to sustainability, and the rest is something related to your development, something like that. I hope it is here, but it is in CMP. All right. And you will know that during the application, renewal of your credential. All right. So this is how it works, no? So basically, the GBCI, you can say, has many credentials, no? And basically, at the moment, these are the credentials I am aware of. No? They have LEED AP homes. But there is a minimum size. Not all of them. There's a minimum size that you can ask for the certification. Remember, the structure should be permanent. What is the meaning of permanent? Not the one you can move by by your truck. Huh? If it is a temporary facility, you cannot ask for the certification. It must be a permanent. No? LEED AP, neighborhood and development. So this is related to architecture, the urban planning. No? Urban planning. LEED AP IDNC, interior design and construction. So normally, if you are an interior designer or architect, this is also the most suitable credential for you. The most prominent and famous credential in all of them is LEED AP BD and C, which stands for Building Design and Construction. And finally, the LEED AP is O&M, which stands for Operation and Maintenance. So take note, the credential do not apply only during the construction until the end of the building useful life. Imagine even O&M is also part of that. And who knows, if you are known to be leader, let's say like Elon Musk planning to go to Titan like this, you are known to be special. You promote green, you create a lot of publication, you do a lot of teaching, you're very active in the development of standard. Who knows, you will get lead AP fellow. But you need to attend a lot of conference. Maybe you will be the speaker. Maybe you develop something. Maybe you're a scientist. Maybe researcher like that. No, you have to be non-green leader. Someone should voted you here. Huh? Normally, you have to be part of the majority. Otherwise, you will be replaced. So for professional who support green building design, construction, and operation, DGA denotes basic knowledge of green building principle and practice and LEED. Now, eligibility. All right. Actually, no more eligibility now. Again, I will tell you, go to usgbc.org. Okay. And pay the fee. By the way, bring others with you. That's it. Now it is 250 now.
200 lang sa kaysa.
You remember,
Yes. We have discount. You promised that one.
Remember also,
Okay.
That is in the minutes of meeting, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. So that is your manifestation.
Station.
You are gentleman from what?
From Leyte.
Leyte.
Not
Okay.
related to Ronaldis, ha?
Okay. Is someone who will second the motion? Seconded? Session is suspended. Plenary na to.
Lagi napapasok.
Alright, and after that, you need to renew every 2 years. Okay, again, based on my knowledge, most of American credentials or certifications or accreditation, 3 years. But LEED, USGBC, 2 years. I don't know why. And you need only 15, 15, not 30. 30 for LEED AP. This is correct, but for how can I say, for LEED AP, 15 only for you guys. Okay? So 250, this is correct, no? But if you are students, $100, that's why you will come to me. I will declare you as a student. Then I'll get a discount. No problem. Not only that. Apart from that, not here, because this is not supposed to be like at least diploma. So I will enroll you in a course. But it's up to you if you want to finish. I'll just give it you free. Enrollment is free. I'll give you scholarship. If you finish, you will get the credential. And this is also what I will promise. Once you finish that, come here and I will also give you a local equivalent. that you can attest. Too many benefits, sir, ha? Take my money. Ha? Shut up, take my money, sir. Too much marketing, ha? Lead AP fellow. Okay? Again, if you are known to be leader in lead in the green building industry. All right. So now let's discuss the project certification. Again, project certification only apply to building, not to you. So don't post anything in LinkedIn. I am delightful to announce uh, that I become Green GA certified. Oh my God. I am not the instructor. Uh, then I'll comment. When you become a building, when was the time you become a building? That's my comment. Now, remember this for your exam. Uh, Again, it depends on your sustainability goals, the early phase of the project, what level of certifications you need. So again, part of the scope of work, definitely, it will be part of the contract. Certified, 40 to 49 points. Silver, 50 to 59 points. Gold, 60 to 79 points. Otherwise, platinum is 80 plus. All right. So these are the LEED rating system. No? We have homes, neighborhood and development, commercial interior, commercial, new construction, school, retail, healthcare. This is for the LEED AP and these are the other LEED rating system. No? So if you see some of them applies to design, to constructions, and to uh, operations. No? This one here is normally for existing building. Operation and maintenance. Okay. Yeah, those are the application, no? This is different slide, wait. Am I right? This is different. The one I gave you is different, no? Tumatalon siya. Saka ba't ganun? May mga gumagalaw-galaw pa. Nahihirapan din ako. Session suspended. Session suspended. Yeah, no, Weird ako. Weird.
Kaya nga sabi ko yung dinidiscuss natin, wala dito eh.
Hindi, yun din yun. Nandiyan din yun. Pero iba. Saka ba't luma yung mga nakasulat? Yung exam fee, 250, 150 lang dito. Sabihin nyo, in-overprice ko kayo. Ghost, ito sir Ghost project yan Ito
Parang ilan na
Overpricing sir Insertion yan
yung version mo is
Yung version, iba yung version yung may insertion
gaya sa kanya, hindi rin tayo.
Buisit
Hindi nagmamatch.
Hindi nagmamatch
Ano ba yan?
Hindi balance
EPP, ibas na.
Ibibito siya dito.
Dito. Talaga lang
Dito ako.
Ilang iniiwasan natin, magkaroon ng change of leadership na naman. Dahil narinig sila Change of leadership daw uli
Depende. Pag nakakuha ng number, ay kung di naman pagkuha ng number.
Katakata ng lumpat agad nila. Kasi papunta na dun eh. Yung tumbok ng ano eh. Investigasyon.
Si Soto masyadong believe sa sarili, narcissistic yung
Oo.
hype na yun.
Saka masyadong halatang nagpapaano kay Tambalastos.
Si David doon speaker Kailan pa naging mas mataas ang...
Sinabi ko, hindi nag-iisip ng
Panbol talaga.
hindi niya na sinabi na ano tuloy siya.
Yung sinabi pa niya.
Tinawagan na siya ni speaker.
Gago, no?
Akala niyo yung mga Pilipino.
Napakagago talaga ng taong yun.
Hindi siguro intention niya, hindi. Pero mali yung ano.
Sinabi pa niya na kay Makulita na, ba't mo yung issue inaano mo sa floor? Puntahan mo sa opisina. Sabi ng mga tao, yun, dapat transparency. Tama na talaga siya. One ball.
Wadbull University, ah.
One ball university.
Wala lahat na ito.
Mas magaling maganda si Chisan. Ngayon, kung kikipag niya kung pares ko.
Kaya ano kasi, ba't hindi kasi Indonesia, sinamin niya sa Indonesia.
Tayo. Dito tayo para sa loob ni Claudine ko.
Yan yung tinimay na ngayon. Puro pabitin.
Sino?
Hindi magalaw.
Sino si Mac?
Naunahan na daw siya.
Mayroon kay Magalong, puro lang pa suspense.
Pasuspense. Eh, naunahan na siya ng dalawa.
Hindi yung sinasabi.
Wala na siya. Wala na siyang
Oo,
value.
walang paano.
Wala na siyang value.
So, wala na, naunahan siya.
Pabitin. Kaya ako sa akin.
Paano lang ba siya para stoplight sa kanya ba na, uy, nag-aabang tayo, kawawa tayo lang. No?
Buti pa yung para sa akin, bata. Pigigo.
Ito ba yan? Ito ano?
Dapat eh.
Ba't bumalik na naman dyan sa ano na yan? Word talaga yung ano.
Yun, no? Lead fail, no?
Ito ano? Pinapahirapan pati ako magpindot ng pindot. Yung ibata to. Nagtataka ako eh. Sabi ko, tagal-tagal ko nang tinuturo to. Ba't parang nakaka-amnesia yata ako. Okay. This one. So this is the lead rating system family. No? So we have lead BDNC. So remember these are the applications, no? This is correct, right? Applicable for new construction and major renovation of building. Later on, what percentage? Okay, if there is renovation, you can select new things, no? Two things there. Huh? Because renovation can be part of FONM. Which certification you will pursue? Is it O&M or new construction? Remember, renovation is existing, right? And this activity is actually, we call it FM project. So later on, I will discuss. No? Lead IDNC, which is what? What stands for? Interior Design and Construction, limited to interior fit out. So if you are an interior designer, this is a good credential for you. Lead O&M, existing undergoing improvement, minor upgrade may be included, including renovation. But what is the criteria? Lead for ND. What is ND? Neighborhood and development. Or simply here, you call it, because this is what American, no? Here they call it urban planning. Right? So this is the one, no? Because this American term, no? Applicable for land development projects, mixed use development. What is mixed use means? Sometimes the budget can be controlled, sometimes in a school project like that. No, not like that. What's the meaning of mixed project? Who? Come on, how come you didn't know? Huh? Yeah, mixed use. Maybe below there's commercial, but upper there's residential, or maybe half of the building offices, commercial also, then the rest maybe residential. But normally an access will be different for the tenants. The lift will be different also for the tenant, no? And for the commercial offices, the access normally separate. Normally, yeah. But to combine, I don't think it's good to combine. No? It should be separate, no? Anyway, it's up to the architect. I am not sure. but possible, I guess. No problem. And LEED for homes for all residential project except high-rise residential building. So meaning either BDNC or homes, but what is the definitions of low-rise, medium-rise, and high-rise will be discussed later. But actually, 1 to 3 floors in a US building code, not here. I'm not sure here. 1 to 3 floor is low, 4 to 8 is medium, and 9 and above high rise. Here I don't know British. Same. Just remember for an exam, ha? Just remember for your exam. Again, if the building is high rise, BDNC. If the building is office complex or offices, not residential, BDNC. Okay? If it is residential, you can choose either homes or BDNC. But except sa homes, high-rise residential building. You should know that exception, ha? So again, as what we discussed earlier, there is no one size. Let me rephrase. One size fits all approach doesn't apply here. For each and every type of facility and type of building, there are unique needs and requirements. So this is how they arrange the LEED rating system. So for building design and constructions, there are a lot. For homes, there are 2 homes and multi-family low-rise and mid-rise. And LEED for interior, IDNC, commercial, retail, and hospitality. Right? So here we have LEED for building operation and maintenance, existing buildings, data center, warehouse, almost everything. No? Almost all. And LEED for neighborhood development, the planning, the urban plan, and the build project. Okay. LEED, so for me, I think what will be the advantage of LEED and the plan? This is my, if I am the urban planner, if I will not build it, right? What's the reason? Yeah, our plan is LEED and decertified. If this is ghost project, then what's the purpose? No? You have to build as well. No? So this is LEED BDNC current shell applicable for project whose scope significantly restricted to current shell. What is current shell? Maybe you're thinking of the shell and the muscle. So the core is structure as what you have mentioned, no? And the shell is facade, the building envelope. No? Building envelope protects us from external environment. No? Like blood, rain. No, sir, blood cell cannot protect. You need the uh, blood control. Not enough, no? Okay, we have LEED VDHC for school, applicable for academic building of K-12, non-academic building of school, post-secondary academic buildings, and pre-kindergarten buildings may qualify for both LEED VDNC school and NC. For retail, like Carrefour, Lulu, applicable for retail buildings like banks, restaurant, apparel, electronics, big box, etc. So meaning, if let's say you are Carrefour, and your certification is only your, not the entire building, only your store. Possible. Possible. It's possible. No? LEED BDNC data center, no? If you see, this is data center, no? For density computing equipment such as server racks used for data storage and processing. And we have BDNC for warehouse and distribution to store goods, manufactured products, merchandise, raw materials, or personal belongings. And we have BDNC hospitality for hotels, motel, inns, or other businesses within the service industry provide transitional or short-term lodging with or without food. Okay. Normally 5-star there is food, but normally 1-star. Motel. What motel means?
Sa stupid ko.
Huh?
Star na ngayon yun, sir.
Right?
Star na ngayon.
Ngayon,
What is motel? Motel.
short term, short hour.
Yeah, normally, yeah. But this is actually taken from the word motorist hotel. Like short stay as what you maybe it's night.
But in Philippines, it's in US.
I've seen it when I go home, there is a big billboard in South Luzon Expressway. It's mentioned that I will just speak in Tagalog. Kung mahal mo, isogo mo. Ayos. Ba't sogo lang? Yun na iniisip ko, ba't sa sogo? Ba't hindi sa ibang... Sa bagay, commercial na rin. Kung mahal mo, isogo mo. Ba? Malagya naman. Lead BD in, ano, what is in? Limutan ko rin. Let me think. Okay, so I will get the assistance here. Sometimes I also forget the term. No? Let's clarify once and for all. No? Because I also forget the terms.
Hey, how's it going, Marvin? What's on your minds?
Now I'm in the middle of discussions about different types of building as part of green building training program. What is the huge difference between hotel, motel, and inns?
Hotels often feature a range of amenities like restaurants, gyms, and room service, catering to extended stays. Motels, on the other hand, are more basic, often located near highways and designed for short stays. Inns are typically smaller, offering a cozy, more intimate experience, often found in rural or historic settings. Each has its own vibe and target audience.
Actually, we are not clear of inns. Can you give more example?
Think of hotels as offering a full package, luxury, dining, and often a variety of services. Motels are more about basic, quick stop lodging, usually roadside. Inns give you that small, cozy vibe, often with a personal touch, like a home away from home. Quite different experiences, really.
Normally small one, like you know this app before
Second.
that you will book
Airbnb.
like this.
Yeah.
Normally, if it is like a vacation type no settings, you can say like that. No? Healthcare applicable for inpatient and outpatient. Licensed long-term healthcare facilities, medical office, assisted living facilities, and medical education and research center. Okay, even medical offices, no? It's okay. Not necessarily with patient bed. No? And BDC new construction for office building, library, museum, church, high-rise residential, example 9+ habitable height. Habitable height means all floors you can stay, you can eat, you can sleep, maybe. At least with or without food, no? Then we have LEED for homes and multi-family low-rise for single-family housing, low-rise multi-family housing up to 3 habitable stories, what we mentioned earlier. LEED homes, multi-family mid-rise for 4 to 8 occupiable stories above grade. And we have habitable height. Just remember that, no? This is the level where you can reside, where you can stay. Okay. We have IDNC, commercial interior, no? For interior space dedicated to function other than retail, like Carrefour and hospitality, like motel, hotels, and inns. No? Retail applicable for retail building, project, banks, restaurants, apparel, electronic, big box, etc. And hospitality for hotel, motel, inns, or other business that provide transitional or short-term lodging with or without food. So let's say restaurant, no? You can consider here. Restaurant, like here, no? I think this is restaurant, right? Hmm? And O&M existing building, no? Not required to be previously certified, but definitely, if the way you constructed it, normally outdated or legacy buildings, sometimes their consumption is higher. No? So to renovate, actually, it's very expensive. That's only the cost now. Otherwise, you can get also certification as long as you can be able to comply with the LEED rating system. Why not? No? Applicable for almost everything: office building, library, museum, high-rise residential, 9+ habitable stories. For homes, probably no need for low-rise and mid-rise. But I feel there is not necessarily not required or not necessarily, as long as there's an O&M, you can apply. I think it's possible. There is a facilities management. In my view, lead O&M retail, no? Applicable for existing building to conduct the retail sale of consumer product good, both direct customer service area, showroom, and preparation or storage area that support customer service where the point of sale happen. And O&M school, applicable for existing building, no? Up to core and ancillary learning space. Ancillary learning spaces, maybe there are some other building, smaller building. Okay, let's say separate facility for library, example. K-12 school grounds can be used also for higher education and non-academic buildings on school campus. So higher education, this is also possible, no? If you want. So otherwise, normally for higher education is probably BDNC. But if you want O&M school, I don't see any problem also. But remember this, the LEED rating system will be different. But if you will ask me which is better, BDNC or LEED for schools, depends on the facility. If it is school, better. Because the priority there is comfortability of the students, especially noise. Will be totally different requirements. The DB requirements for ordinary BDNC is definitely totally different from school. No, they are more strict. And we have hospitality for O&M, existing hotel, motel inns, on almost everything, no, that provide transitional or short-term lodging with or without food. We have data center, no, okay, high density computing equipment such as server racks used for data storage and processing. Imagine Google, no, where they process the information, where they compute the information. They have data center, no? Microsoft, they have their own data centers as well. We have O&M warehouse and distribution center, no, like Amazon, right? Aramex. Used to store goods, manufacture products, merchandise, raw materials, or personal belongings such as self-storage. You know, sometimes the self-storage in US, you rent, someone rented. But if maybe more than 10 years, the owner didn't come back, they will call for auction, They will price this room, They will buy. You're lucky if there is something there, no? Huh? There's a bidding, 100, but $50. But sometimes you will get at least $15,000 of personal item. Otherwise, you will also get garbage. But if you some of them, no, they get car, sometimes luxury car, and sometimes very very rare treasure. They're getting it. They just bought it for $150. Imagine. Lead for neighborhood development, applicable for projects in conceptual planning or master plan and or under construction. For me, it must be something started, no? Right, at least. But anyway, you see, not necessarily, as long as you are already in the master planning phase, you can apply. But what's the use if you will not? Okay, for me, why you need to apply for this with this? Well, uh, this is just to ensure that when you do the project, it will be certified. Right? Because this will give you an indication that because you have to ensure that your design is compliance with the. That's why before and after, no, get a certificate. But get this alone is actually meaningless, no? Right? All right. So projects are not limited to just one rating system. Building can earn multiple certifications. So it is possible, yeah, depends on the type of your facility. You can get multiple certifications such as BDNC and LEED O&M. For example, the Qatar Museum, I know a lot of people there. I have a lot of students there. Most of the facilities are my students, yeah. All right. So they have this LEED O&M. I think they are BDNC gold certified. And O&M, I don't know if they are already certified. Then BDNC, LEED, commercial interior, no? And CNS, Corential, LEED, commercial interior. Then CNS, O&M, no? CNS, CI, and O&M. This is also possible. Again, it's up to you. But for me, why would I, this is the thing. Before O&M, you don't need to renew. But now, every 5 years, you have to. If you want to renew every year, no problem. The advantage, you are more proactive, right? But if you are confident with your operations that you maintain the standard, you can do renewal every 5 years. Here it is not mentioned here because before there is no renewal. Remember, once your building is certified, it's already certified. Unless LEED O&M. Ah, LEED O&M only. But others, once you get, it's there. Select an appropriate, meaning there's no expiration, only LEED O&M. So the thing is, sometimes we think of what is the most appropriate rating system. If we only want to get one, let's say, we don't want multiple, what is the most appropriate? No? In case of confusion, apply 60-40 rule. Remember this for your exam. Select the rating system which is applicable for 60% or more of the project area. Project area meaning the ground, the floor, no? I think including the building floors, no? If you consider that as part of the project, then you have to count. The rating system which is most applicable for the project. So, for example, if it is less than 40%, you should not use the rating system. Example, renovations of existing space in the hospital facility. If the area is only 40% maximum, no. If it is more than 60%, you should select this one. This is the most applicable. But if it is between 40 to 60% of the total area of the facility, then you decide. Remember this because every slides that I am showing here, I take 1 point, 1 point, 1 point in your exam. But very simple, but you have to remember, guys. All right? So we have the LEED rating system structure based on your, again, based on the type of facility. No? Then we will be having environmental categories. This, the one I showed you in the check sheet, no, checklist before, no. Then remember you have to comply with prerequisites. It's mandatory. You didn't achieve, revoke, certification revoke. You achieve, no points and credit, minimum 40 points. So you will be certified. Then satisfy mandatory, which is prerequisites and earn points, and decide certified silver, gold, or platinum. Mga mukha ng politician natin, lahat platinum eh. So these are the categories, no? By the way, this is what we will discuss, no? Integrated process, location, transportation, sustainable site, water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, materials and resources, indoor environmental quality, innovation and design, and regional priority. 100 points, that is on the main credit category. And if you can also memorize the abbreviations better, no? Example, materials and resources, you can say MNR or MR, no? For bonus points, 10 points for innovation and design and regional priority. Innovation and design, maximum 6 points. Otherwise, regional priority, maximum 4 points. If you have a lead AP professional in the project, automatically you will get 1 point. If we have 100, lead AP professional, 1 point. Clear? Ha? Those 100 points. Right? So this is our checklist before, no? You decide what you want to achieve, no? So I will also show you here again. Again, this is something to be discussed during the basis of design, basis of design. I don't know, architect knows the basis of design, right? BOD, no? This is based on the project brief developed by the end user. But here we considered the, how can I say, integrated project delivery approach, right? IPD, meaning the basis of design is not from the end user. An input is from everyone, para, not series, concurrent, you can say, parallel. Hindi na gumagana utak ko, ba't ganun? Nagahang? Hmm? Hmm?
Kulang.
Para yung TikTok ko kagabi, nagahang ako. Oh, ito. Hmm. So this is the one. Only for this is for BDNC, ha. For BDNC we discussed, no? We have new construction, current shell, school, retail, data center, warehouse, office. So this is only for BDNC. There is another checklist you can download. IDC, for O&M, for NND, remember? For current share, CNS, ha? Oh. So now you decide here, no? Let's say here you can this. Remember, this is your prerequisite, no? Let's say in sustainable site, construction activity, pollution prevention. This is prerequisite. Uh, without this, definitely you cannot. Your certifications will be revoked. Minimum indoor air quality performance. Let's say the CO2 level. Water efficiency, in outdoor water use, reduction, and indoor. Okay? So you can say here, let's say, 1 point here, this is maximum 2 point, 1 point here, and then there is automatically, it's calculating here, the points here. No? Yeah, there is a format, of course. No? But again, go to the manual. Because here, it is not part of the GA. If you will go for the DAP exam, then you need to know each and every pointing how they created the points. You want to see how? For lead GA, this is only what you need. Poster. I think I already published it in only this, no? If you want, you can post it in your wall. Sustainable site, this is the prerequisite, site selection, and the category. No? All right. So this is only what you need to remember. For AP, this is what you need to remember. I will show you.
Patience.
This is what you need to remember. Example, 2 points. High priority site, historic district. Infill site, 75% of surrounding within 1 mile of the project. These things you have to memorize. Now, there is no way for you to memorize this. You know how the people pass? How you will memorize previously developed site? A site prior to project consists 75% of previous developed. Here, there is a here there is FAR, no? Residential 7 or 12 BU per acre. How you will memorize this one? Practice test. No other way. No other way. You will not memorize this one. And inshallah, whatever you remember, it will come in the exam. Hmm? And imagine that too many, oh. Oh. So, for lead integrity process, we have location and transportation, we have sustainable site, we have water efficiency, we have energy and atmosphere, materials. But otherwise, if you don't hate this summary, you need to read the book. This is the book. Mm. Yeah, this is the manual, no? Oh. Okay. The design basis of design, no? So meaning basis of design in the input, minimum daily transit service, weekday trips 72, weekday trips 40 points, 1 point, weekday trips 144 points, 2 points. Example, for this trip, how many points? A, 1 point, B, 2 points, like that. Not only that, select multiple answer. Maybe there are 5 or 6 choice. Tick all apply. That is for lead AP. But actually, I disagree with this closed book exam. I disagree. Because in practice, it's open book. So I more agree with the ASQ exam, no? Which is open book. I think if you become one of the proponent of the revision of the standard or insertion of the new requirements in the new standard, because you are one of the proponent, recommend to make it open book. Hmm? So this is the one, no? I just show you. No? Again, the one who should decide this one is not only the end user, no? Where is the Zoom? Do you have any question?
Sir,
Hmm.
pag ano ka na, yung nai-lead.
You are gentleman from what?
Caloocan.
Caloocan?
Caloocan yan.
Okay.
Talyan.
So, what is the pleasure of the gentleman from Caloocan?
When the lead EP, the LJ need to non-involve it.
You don't, a very good questions from the gentleman of Caloocan?
No need to renew, no? You just need to.
Not required, yeah.
Lead EP.
Yeah. And if you have both, definitely, you don't need to declare that you already. Obviously, prerequisite, no? So only what you need to declare, you are AP. Okay, do I satisfy?
Yes, Mr.
Do I provided the manifestation?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So if you don't have any further question, session is suspended for 10 minutes. Hmm? Our session is resumed. Second the motion? All right. Let's proceed. So prerequisite, as what we discussed earlier, is a fundamental requirements, and do not earn your project any points because they're required for the project to be considered. And that is the manifestation. And failure to meet any prerequisite will render a project ineligible for certification. And you don't need to memorize the prerequisite of the fundamentals of LEED because they will not ask in the exam. But in LEED AP exam, yes, you have to memorize the one I've shown you in the checklist. Remember, for each and every type of facility, certification, there will be different prerequisite requirements. Credits, no? Okay. So sustainable category, right? We have the sustainable side, location and transportation, water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, material and resources, regional priority. Those are the credits. This is where you will get the credit, no? And credits are worth a minimum of 1 point. And credits can be positive and there is no negative value. Okay. And each lead rating system, again, because each and every priority for each and every type of facility is different, there is a slight different credit. Maybe in this type of building, they are more strict, but they will give you more points. Your project does not have to achieve all credit. Your project only needs to achieve enough credits, minimum as 40 points to be certified, right? And your project is not required to submit anything if you are not attempting for that level of credential. And no required credits. And these credits are optional. So again, this is the project certification, right? Certified by GBCI, which follows the international standard, no? So ISO compliant. Ensure that the third party, okay, apply highest quality and integrity. All right, so please remember this because it might come in your exam. And we have the exemplary performance, which is denoted as E, right? Bonus points applicable when exceeding the credit threshold requirements. Not every credit will have its option, right? And credits, pilot credit library, credits being tested for an updated version of LEED, project can obtain this credit under innovation. So there are something maybe new, that probably new technology, not in the current lead rating system, especially now the applications of AI automations and workflow automations and use of virtual reality and augmented reality AR. So this kind of thing probably is still not in the version 4.1, but we're expecting in the current edition. Okay. Remember this in innovation category. If you go to the LEED library in LEED Online, okay, LEED Online website, if uh, if this innovation, not necessarily new, maybe you think innovation should be unique in your project. If it is still not in the current LEED rating system, even it is used in other projects, they claim innovation points over there, you can still claim innovation point also here. Not necessarily unique innovation, right? Anything not part of existing version of LEED, you can attempt under innovation category, whether it is claimed in another project or not. Now, remember for energy and atmosphere, you can get maximum 33 points. Whereas in other areas, you can just get maximum 9 points, like location and transportation. Material and resources, only 19%. So how they decided on that? How the points or the credits are being allotted, no? First, reduced contribution to global climate change. And the most direct contributor is the energy use or consumption. Makes the energy in atmosphere have the highest credit points, which is 33 points. All right. Enhance the individual human health, then water resources, biodiversity and ecosystem. So if you see here, first climate change and then well-being of occupant, and then water reduction, and then ecosystem environment, no? And then sustainable and regenerative material, then green economy and community quality of life. That's the list. No? So this is how it looks like. No? This is how they distributed the points. Right? So this is the weightage for different impact categories. 35% for climate change makes 33 points goes directly to ENA or energy and atmosphere. And this is our LEED reference manual, which is the basis of design. Normally in each and every project. So here I will share with you the green one, which is for BDNC, no? Because the blue one is for ONM, the orange is homes, and this one is what called up. This yellow orange, you can say, is somewhat dark orange and orange, you can say, interior, no? Now we have what we call minimum program requirements. So what is the meaning of that? All project must be in a permanent location on existing land. So if it is reclaimed, no problem. Is it permanent? Yes. So even a reclaimed land, you can, like Pearl, Qatar, you can claim. No? Use reasonable lead boundary. Comply with project size minimum requirements. For lead BDNC and ONM, minimum gross floor area of 1,000 square feet or 93 square meter at least. Less than that, you cannot apply for green building certifications because the minimum size should be 93 square meter or 1,000 square feet. Is it will come in the exam? Yes. So you have to remember how practice test. In IDNC, minimum 250 square feet or 22 square meter. For ND, minimum 1,500 acre. For homes, okay, so you need to comply with the dwelling unit definition. What is the meaning of dwelling unit? No? According to International Residential Code or IRC, dwelling unit must include permanent provision for living, sleeping, eating, cooking, and sanitation. So all of this must be present in a home so you can apply for LEED for homes. So any of this, absence of this, you cannot. Let's say eating. Remember hotel with or without food. If it is residential, there should be provisions for eating. Otherwise, no, you cannot apply for home. So this one is a minimum program requirements for home. Projects that do not comply with minimum program requirements may have their certifications revoked. So we have the LEED online. So this is where the project team will register your project to manage your certification process. Here, you can do the following. Manage the project detail, complete documentation requirements, the records and documentations that you generated as the project progress, upload supporting file, submit application for review, receive reviewer feedback, and earn LEED certification. So they don't need to come to your site. Nah, it's only online.
Okay. Okay. Over.
AI, AI. Photoshop, Credit interpretation request. We have this CIR. CIR is similar to RFI. Sometimes you might be confused. What will be points? Should be 1 point, 2 point, or how we will achieve this point like this. If this is the situation or project. Now, the credit interpretation request is a formal question asked to GPCI from the project team. Right? So, CIR is a technical administrative guidance on how LEED apply to project. And LEED interpretation, okay, it depends, no? That you can apply it also in a multiple project and rating system, no? For CIR, shorter. For LEED interpretation, longer due to setting precedents. For example, in this particular technology we're going to apply, we are confused like if it is already part of currently rating system or innovation. So which points more apply? Probably LEED interpretation, no? Okay. Cost lower for CIR, LEED interpretation higher due to more stringent review process, and applies to project only, otherwise other building rating system and or projects. The good thing with LEED interpretation is like a common law. That's once they decided on this, it's become like a jurisprudence. Right? The thing is CIR only on that particular project. In LEED interpretation, like common law, it becomes jurisprudence, applies to any projects, whatever projects you're handling with, no? So if you're claiming this and there's a similar project applying the same technology, you can attach this as an evidence. So no further review required. Why you need to pay? Definitely, no? There is resources to pay. You're paying for consultant, right? You are paying for third party. Same. So phases of certification process, we have the registration. Where? Which website? LEED Online. Which USGBC and GBCI has both access. Remember that. Again, GBCI is an independent party. They are not part of USGBC. Remember that. But what they do? Certification and credentialing. Then application. Let's say at the start of the process, you have the basis of design, you have the project specification upload. They might do preliminary review. And they will make the preliminary review response or clarification, then final review, accept, or appeal. If appeal, if applicable, certification or denial. Now remember, this is normally comes in the exam. Normally 90% will come. The word charrette. Not charot.
Ito sa mga
Parang makakasaan natin pala.
A charrette is a type of workshop at the beginning of lead process. Participants in charrette only include all involved project team, and the outcome should include in the first draft of lead scorecard. No, the scorecard, this is the checklist, no? That is your scorecard. Registration projects are registered online at leadonline.com. After registration, project team will receive additional tool and info. And there are some eligibility restriction. 900 for member and 1,200 for non-member. This fee, sometimes they ask in the exam, to be honest with you. Funny, right? Certification fees depends upon member status and square footage of the building. So this is the application. So normally the lead administrator is actually the one. So after registration, the project team and administrator collect info needed for credit submittal, and each credit system will have its own form. Right? Nowadays, it's very simple to fill. You have AI with you. You have Copilot with you. Attach the basis of design. Attach the project specification, scope of work like that. You can fill it up easily nowadays. So form also referred to as letter template, credit template, submittal template, or submittal form. So again, this is your BDNC category chart, which I will make it available in the... Now take note, there is a E there, no? Okay, E, right? Those, if let's say the requirement 1.30% water reduction, example on here, because I don't remember, don't expect me to remember, 2.60% water reduction. Based on the current baseline, based on the standard that you follow. There is a standard for us, right? For water. Now you get 90%, you will get E, stands for exemplary. Now, that exemplary is the one applied considered as innovation point, which you can get maximum 6 points, right? So if you have 10E, you cannot claim more, right? Project review, combined design and construction review. Okay. So meaning when we will submit our project documentation, no? You can combine one time once the project finish, for example, submit. But definitely, there might be a risk. If you are not really expert, you might get rejection very, very, very easily. But if you do split design and construction, maybe costly, you can say, a little costly, definitely, because the review will be different. But it's highly recommended, especially if you are a first timer or you don't have such much experience, right? So again, you decide. But if you are really expert, you are doing this is combined, no problem. LEED EB, existing building O&M is excluded from the above. Of course, because this is not project. This is operation, right? And credit prerequisite status anticipated. Anticipated, especially for the prerequisite, this is anticipated. Clarify, na? You submit documentation, but they might need further information. They might need you to submit further records or evidence, manifestations, then award or denied. Award. Once result accepted, LEED certification is awarded to the building and a plaque for the building is issued. Again, they don't need to visit physically the site. You need only to submit an evidence on records. But in my view, if they want to visit it, why not? But I think you have to pay also for this, which is not here in our current training. You have to pay the business class flight and where they will stay. You have to pay all of this, right? And it's happening sometimes. I remembered there is a situation in Museri property that the numbers of fire alarm system, all right? And they want to reduce it by, I think, 30,000 pieces. I remember that. One of my students told me. But civil defense, like CIR, no, credit interpretation request, no? No? Civil defense might allow if NPA will waive. So what Busiri Property does, they call the guy from NPA, the one who is the one administering the standard. So NPA 72, right? The one of the author and administrator for that. So they come, the specialists come, the NPA guy check, and he approve. Civil defense accept. But I don't imagine how much they paid for that.
Yes.
Maybe 1 million, maybe 2 million,
Just
maybe 5 million. I also don't know. Just for the signature, huh? But remember, NPA will never, they are just a standard, no? They will never take responsibility, of course. LEED updates. LEED is continuously updated. So that's why probably every 2 years, one of the reasons why every 2 years, because the technology is rapidly changing, right? It's changing very fast, very drastically. The LEED rating system of today is not a year ago. No, probably you can say today's new idea, probably tomorrow, standard practice. This is what's happening. Now there is no audit. Now there is no third party. Now there is no consultant. Now there is third party. You need international contractor. You need international consultant. You need third party verification and validation as part of progress billing. That's only an idea now. Probably tomorrow become a regulatory requirement also. So LEED allow us, one of the benefit of sustainability compliance, you go beyond minimum requirements. Yeah, because in traditional building, we will only follow the code and standard, which is the basic. But LEED is more than that. You will not get points if you just follow the standard. You will never get points. Remember that. Example, this is the basic water consumption. You have to reduce by 50% in order to get 1 point. So you go minimum. A project started under a specific version of the rating. So that's why I'm telling you, you might think, what is the cost of traditional building compared to green building? They think it is more expensive. But think about it. When the energy use reduce, the size of the equipment reduce, the electrical cabling sizing will be also reduced, which is for water consumption, maybe the capacity of pump may be lesser. Maybe the size of the tank will be smaller. So that's why, in general, even your building is green building, there is no much difference. Okay, we are not saying it is always cheaper, but probably in some way, maybe it is expensive because let's say you adopt technology. But remember, adaptation of sustainability strategy is an investment. It is a long-term strategy, shifting your perspective from short-term to long-term. You might not get benefit today, but you will see the impact of benefit maybe after some time. LEED certification is never taken away, except for O&M. A project started under a specific version of the rating system, let's say version 4.0, can continue in that version or move to a newer version 4.1, version 5.0. By the way, our lecture is 4.1. If the project team desire, it's up to you. Normally, where it is more favorable to you, where it is more easy, definitely, probably the older version. Project resources reference guide. We have the rating system. I'm showing you the books which will be shared with you. And the reference guide is detailed. You want all of those ID, all of those O&M, you want 200. $50 also? Oh, kaya. Kaya. Too much previous,
Later.
I'll take. Because I'm only planning to share BDNC. The reference guide is a detailed user manual that explains. I purchased that actually, so I don't have. Delete credits in sufficient detail and case study. USGBC provides a searchable database of case study to learn from. You can say some lesson learned are there. They have repository that you can refer with. So any questions from the minority and majority? Ah? So for the current lecture session is suspended. Let me prepare the next one. But our session is not adjourned. I just suspend. No, sabi ko kay Kuya Sai yung location of transportation na. Kuya Sai?
Ano yun?
Meron kulang yata yung
Kulang ata. Wala.
Location of transportation.
Wala. Chapter 2
kulang lang.
Session suspended.
Meron na kasi.
Kailangan mo na mag-print.
Ako,
Sunset. Ano lang?
Kulang chapter 3.
Pangalawa.
Chapter 3.
Saan dito? Paano download to?
Hindi niya naman kayo invest yun. Bagay niya. Pero kung totoo, hindi mo
I find it weird. It is not in my computer. I have to download to my cloud. Imagine this. Weird. All right. So this is the first lead rating system, no? Location and transportation. Or session resume. We approve the motion from the gentleman of Caloocan. Okay. Do I serve the pleasure of the gentleman of the Caloocan?
Yeah.
So now let us discuss the chapter 3, location and transportations. Because normally this topic is very boring. So I just add some, some fillers.
Side.
Ah, you want me to cite you in contempt? Hmm? Any motion? Hmm? No, no. So the motion is rejected. So let's discuss the sensitive land protection. The intent is to avoid development of environmentally sensitive sites. So we will define what are those considered sensitive site. Very important for your exam. The intent of location and transportation is to reduce the environmental impact because of the development. Again, there's nothing wrong to develop. No? But we should not compromise the ability of future generation to meet their own needs according to the definition of uh, United Nations Council. Okay? United Nations, yeah. In 1987. Okay? That is actually the definitions of sustainability. No? What is how we define sustainability? Huh? We will meet our needs today, but we will not compromise the needs of our future generation to meet their own needs. That's the definition of sustainability. Huh? Is there any objection to that definition? I hear none. Strategies and implementation. Select previously developed site. So remember this. When you select a site which is previously built or previously developed, you will get points. If you selected a site, for example, let's say previously industrial site, which is highly contaminated site or highly polluted, and you convert it into green urban location or as part of your neighborhood and development, you will get more points. Because they want to avoid this another term, urban sprawl. And what we promote is smart growth. Right? So what is the smart growth? No? Per area, how we can accommodate more people. We will expand. This is the smart growth. The smart growth is like, not example here, you develop here, you will go here. The problem there, it will increase the requirements for transportation. Because your road growth is diagonal, horizontal. No? The smart growth is, let's say you started here. So a typical example of a good building is like Qatar Mall Square, right? So you can go any place easily because it promotes walkability. Otherwise, DFC, very long, right? Okay, I'll tell you what's happened there. Sometimes if we will go, we are on the other side, we are in the, how can I say, Monoprix, right? Or in the, there is a food court there. But we want to go to cinema. So we will use our cargo, we'll go there. No? So this is actually, so meaning this kind of consideration the architect should consider. No? So this line, the line, 200 kilometers. No, but what they are using is, but they use alternative transportation is still considered sustainable because they're using trams, yeah. Or probably there is a bicycle lane. Okay. Avoid development of environmentally sensitive site. So this is a prerequisite. No? You cannot build in sensitive site. Example, farmland. It's a big no. Your certifications will be revoked on this. You cannot. Land close to water bodies at least 100 feet away or around 30 meters. Remember this. It will come in the exam. Flood-prone area. You cannot build there. Now there is a study there. No, you have to study. So they will ask this geographic information on that area. The floodplain subject to 1% or greater chance of flooding in any given year. I feel at least for the next 100 years. I don't remember. Go to reference. It will not now in AP. They will require 50 years, 100 years like that. Here, no, don't remember. Here, you remember subject to 1% only. In lead AP, there is certain years that you have to remember as well. So this is extra records or documentations. No? Normally, where you will get this one? No? No? From DPWH, Department of Public Works in Highway, or here in what? Ashgal, yeah, you will get it there. Or from the Ministry of Urban Planning. Land identified or for endangered species, that also allowed. So what is the meaning of endangered species? Population organism which is at risk of becoming extinct. Very sad just to say that I think 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, I think 1 week ago, that for the past 10 or 20 years, there are about 10,000 species become extinct. You might not you might not notice that, but that is the reality. 10,000 species is now extinct. Meaning, our future generation, if they want to see this animal, or insect rather, in the picture, yes. They become dinosaurs. Extinct, right? Land close to wetland at least 50 feet away. So what is the definition of wetland? And an area whose soil is saturated with moisture either permanently or seasonally. At least 50 away. Again, you need this documentation requirement, no? Not flood-prone area subject to 1%. Any chance in a given year should be no more than that. 1% chance of flood in a given time of any year. So probably most of the areas in the Philippines cannot be approved with this nowadays unless they improve the flood mitigation control measures, right? High priority site. Why high priority? No? This is what they promoted. We don't want urban sprawl. No? We want high density. The population will be concentrated in a one location, like what the line does. Intend to encourage project location in areas with development constraint, especially with development constraint like Singapore. If you've been in Singapore, you will like it, you know. Why? Because actually they call it a forest within a city or a city within a forest. Everywhere there are trees. But what I don't feel, what I hate it, I think there is a disadvantage because since because the sprawl, urban sprawl is vertical, not horizontal, I feel I feel it's congested like that. Maybe it's just a feeling for me. I feel this is one of the disadvantages I can see. No, you see a lot of tower everywhere. I feel congested. I feel suffocated. I think that's the term. But anyhow, this is what they promoted because for the environment, this is friendly. No? But remember, maybe your manifestation is that it's supposed to promote the comfortability of the society as well. No? So this is something gray areas for me. If I have that feeling, so maybe it is not also sustainable. I don't know. But this is subject to further study. Maybe I'm the only one having such perception. Maybe majority of the population, there's nothing wrong with that. Strategies and implementation, locate the project in infill site. What is infill? No? Meaning these are the previously developed site, and maybe there are sites considered vacant, or probably there is an existing building that you want to demolish, considered infill site, or an existing area, existing building that you might consider renovation. And if you renovate the building, you will also get points for that. Again, if the renovation is more than 60%, you can apply for B, D, and C. Remember that, no? What certifications apply, right? Remember the 40-60 rule. Brownfield, contaminated site requires remediations for development. Definitely, the brownfield site is normally considered contaminated site. Example, this is maybe industrial area and considered. And now, this obsolete. Now, the government decided to change the urban plan. They consider it to be now a residential area. Because normally industrial plant should be normally away from the residentials, no, from the people. But you need document. There is a point here, definitely. There is a point, but you don't need to memorize unless you will go to LEED AP. But you need supporting document. If you want claim here, how you will get support? The government or regulatory agency will declare the site by the local authority, no, or someone should assess an environmental assessment to consider this as a brownfield. Remember, if the site is contaminated, if the soil is contaminated, you have to remediate that, and you need to get a third-party certification that the soil is already been remediated. Because there are many case study in US. Previously, it is a industrial site, and they convert it into school or urban residential area, and the people are getting sick. It's already happened many times. I've seen a lot of videos online. Priority designation. Site whose development is encouraged or supported by the government. Okay. So if not considered infill site, you will also get a points if it is considered priority site or part of the government master plan. So where you will get the master plan? Normally from the urban planning, no? But in the Philippines, it is not DPWH. That's why in the Senate hearing, there is no coordination. And what the DPWH previous secretary said, we don't have such, right? The previous secretary, Villar, didn't hand it over to us. But there is a master plan. I think there is a famous architect, no? Architect Palafox, no? They inspired by Malaysian flood control projects. In Malaysia, I heard during normal days, they use the tunnel as, for vehicle. Otherwise, used for flood control. A very good strategy. Surrounding, but if you see here, all of this, you need supporting documents, no? That normally not required in a typical building. But there's nothing wrong with this. Because early, part of this is the basis of design. If the grid is part of basis of design, then you are aware that all of this must be collected. No? Surrounding density and diverse use. Intent to promote development area with existing infra, of course. Like infill site, that's the term, which normally comes to your exam. Promote walkability. So rather than horizontal, vertical growth or vertical urban sprawl. Reduce vehicle distance travel to reduce the carbon footprint. If your growth is like that, that is what we call smart growth rather than this. And improve public health by encouraging daily physical activity. How? We will discuss. Strategy, high-dense development. Encourage high-dense development. Points are allotted based on density of a project and surrounding within 1/4 mile. So what is this 1/4 mile? If you decided to consider this existing developed site, or you found an infill site, this should be near to the following. No? Okay. within 1.5 mile walking distance. Okay, there should be what? The following. There is a supermarket, there is a grocery, restaurant, laundry, place of worship, offices, banks, housing. So, meaning, you have to study the area. You will only get points, diverse use points in location and transportation category if half miles, those basic needs are available. Again, the reason is they promote walkability. 1.5 mile. So if this is your project site, you have to draw. No? This is your site. No? You have to make a draw. And point. Where are those? Where is the laundry? Where is place of worship? Where is the cinema? Where is the housing? Where is the banks? Cinema, not here. Restaurant. Again, what is the reason? We want to encourage. Diverse site means basic needs can be met within just walking distance. That's it. Access to quality transit. Encourage development with transportation facility, reduce greenhouse gas emission. One of the reasons of why we promote high density development. Air pollution and other environmental and public health harm because of using of the motor vehicle. So what are the strategy? The same thing, when we promote walkability, half mile, same thing with the transit. Availability of alternative transportation strategy, availability of transit, maybe train, metro station, or tram, bus terminal within a half mile of pedestrian access. Here, there is another points for that. Maybe 1 point at least. The other one, another points. Okay, again for the AP. Here, you just need only to remember half mile. Because it promotes what? Walkability. So that's why when they develop the Busay, I think the initial master plan is being subject to LEED certified. That's why they bring from there.
Yes.
Because if the area is not diverse use, maybe you will not get points for diverse use, but you will get points in rate-paid transit or alternative transportation. Okay, clear? Again, all of this we are not considering, no? But very good, no? Especially when we are trying to develop one side. Because in the Philippines, I will tell you, they build housing everywhere. To relocate those, I'll tell you the situation, why it is not sustainable. Example, you are illegal settler, or we call it squatter, no? For you call it illegal settler, right? We call it squatter, meaning those people who are living, don't have their own, they just built their house everywhere, under the bridge, like that. That they are also causing a lot of pollution because there is no proper sanitation and hygiene. So what the government will do, they will relocate them, they will give them housing program. But what is this housing program if the site is not diverse? Huh? So the manifestation during this project, they have to consider sustainability also in the hearing. They have to call sustainability expert. When we try to develop an area, we have also to ensure that this area is diverse use. Imagine part of that is office. Huh? What is the meaning of that? Possible that the people, there is also a place for them to work. You give me housing, very far. So the tendency, this illegal settler goes back. They will, and then the housing will be empty. And it will become ghost town. And the government funding goes to waste. You see? That's why that's why don't underestimate the power of master planning. Master planning is actually the one who will decide if this area becomes sustainable or not. And normally the one, I think this is an urban architect, no? The one who, it is an specialization under the architecture discipline. Now, for the bus stop, but very simple, every 1/4 mile walking distance. Okay? So ride share, carpooling. Now Uber, they promoted this ride share. Now you can easily, I don't know now in the version 5 because of the technology, now Uber is available everywhere eh, no? So this carpooling, so I think you can get points here. I feel, no? You just stand outside and you can wait for the car. If there is a carpooling option in there is a, do you know? You are not using public transportation. You know what is carpooling? Hmm? You will use taxi as public transportation, public utility vehicle also. I know it's public utility, but not just for one person. It can be many person. Okay. So what is the advantage then? It will reduce the traffic. If every one of us, if we will go to office, we will consider carpool. Apart from there is a discount. If you consider carpool, there is a discount. But definitely in the carpool, they will drop who's nearest to the next stop. They will, but you need more time. That is only, I feel, the disadvantage. But anyhow, they promote this because it will reduce the traffic, which reduce the greenhouse gas emission, and you might get more acquaintance or friends, right? I remembered when I go to, I'm studying in Manila, but my place, my house is around 50 kilometer. No? Normally around since we are young, 2 hours journey, no, from Cavite to Manila. And I get a lot of friends inside the bus. Huh? Girlfriend also. Who knows? Your future, huh? What's this? Your destiny, huh? Is is happened during carpooling, huh? Streetcar within 1/4 mile pedestrian access. All right. Next, bicycle facility. To promote cycling and transportation efficiency, reduce vehicle distance travel, improve public health by increased physical activity. And this is happening in many parts. In Japan, normally the people will just use their bicycle. But normally what they have a bicycle lane and they have bicycle parking areas. And in Europe also, I've seen those advanced countries there like, can you name some? Maybe Sweden, Switzerland. Normally huh? Ireland also? I think they are very contour, no? I think no, not Ireland. I don't know. I'm not sure. Ireland? Good. But remember this, this is sustainable, no gas emission, and it promote physical activity which improve the well-being of a person. That's why if you see in Japan, their average lifespan is highest among any other country. Hmm. Any strategy, definitely bicycle network, you will get points over there. Select site which has a bicycle track. So this is very important as part of LEED ND, urban plan and design. No? Again, if the government designated this is a highly priority site, you can also get points. But you should not, you should get the confirmations from the urban planning department of the government. Mhm. Residential building provide here, I think, especially during summer, not much practical, but you can still get some points in alternative transportations like carpooling or alternative transportations such as bus or train, no, trams. No, here, do you think practical? What do you think? I saw some in some places, yeah, I saw, not all. In some places, yes, there is. But do you think it is practical? Okay, I will show you how it will become practical, ha? Residential building provides secure bicycle parking space, and if it is commercial, provide secure bicycle parking space, shower, and changing room. So if I am wet, if I sweat, I can have a changing room or other shower. I will promote to public. If it is a commercial building, there is a points for that. Mhm. You know, in location and transportation in lead AP, if the company also reimburse promote it's in O&M, in O&M, there is a point for this. If you reimburse or promote the employee to use train or to use alternative transportation, you reimburse that. Or carpooling, you reimburse this. They are giving points also in O&M, operation and maintenance. Because normally what we are discussing here is for BDNC, no? Okay. Reduce traffic, parking footprint to minimize environmental impact associated with parking, including automobile dependence, land consumption, and rainwater runoff. Because pavement is actually non-porous. Generally, but now I've seen a lot, especially in UK, the pavement are porous. When you throw a lot of water, it will absorb. But I don't know if it is available in Qatar. I haven't seen. No? Strategies implementation, limit the number of parking to local zoning requirement. If local zoning authority do not regulate parking, the Institute of Transportation Engineering Handbook can be used. Here, it is highly regulated. I've seen a lot of building, it is demolished. Even if it is new, demolished because of no available, they didn't follow the minimum parking requirement. Because the problem is, if you don't have parking, where these people will park? Everywhere. You will get parking ticket. If not, then follow the Transportation Engineering Handbook. So local zoning authority agency with regulates open space requirement, building height, parking requirement. Remember, there is a zoning requirements. For example, in some areas, you cannot build more than 3-story height. For example, in Rizal Park, you cannot build any high-rise building there, no? Because it's become a photo bomber, no? Like that. Here in Cornish area, especially in the office of the mayor, you see, there's no nearby. And there is what we call heritage site. Even your McDonald's, if you're in a heritage site, you have to follow the architectural aspect of that area. Maybe inside, okay, interior, they're not strict. But outside, you have to follow the architectural, right? We call it zoning requirements. Some areas should be residential only. Some of them should be like capital district like West Bay. Some of them industrial like that. There is a zoning requirements. No? So normally this is regulated by the local zoning authority. Again here, the Baladia. No? Now we have green vehicle like Elon Musk. To reduce pollution by promoting alternatives to conventionally fueled automobile. Strategy, encourage carpool, low efficient. What's this? Not low efficient. Low emission, okay? And fuel efficient vehicle, no? Okay? Now, preferred parking or discounted parking for carpool and low emitting and fuel efficient vehicle. No? If your office has a dedicated, normally traditionally, you will allocate a dedicated parking for handicap. I was surprised some of the new initiative in our project because parking also is problem in HMC. So some of the doctor requested if we can convert that handicap to normal. We rejected definitely because it is highly regulated by Qatar. Even we want to do it, Qatar will reject. What's the thing? Ministry will not approve. Then we rejected. Huh? So preferred parking, parking close to building entrance. Normally there is a certain distance. Because we promote walkability, right? So there is a design on that, but not here in LEED AP again. Discounted parking should be discounted at least 20%. So if your vehicle is fuel efficient or low emission, there should be but how you will know if it is low emission vehicle? No, there should be some sticker or some indication though. And provide fueling station for LEAP vehicle. Actually, at the backside of this training center, there is a electric charging station there. So if you have a Tesla car, if you have money now, I encourage you to buy because when Tesla started here, they told me that until 2030, in all of the locations that they have fuel stations of all Tesla car, free until 2030. So imagine this, if you're spending, how much you're spending fuel in a month, let's say let's say the price is, you can, no, this is not necessarily expensive, no? I see there are some 130,000, 150,000, and then 200,000. No? But if you go to DFC, they have dedicated parking for Tesla car. I don't know if you saw that, no? So if you are putting dedicated car for this, it is encouraged buying alternative type of car, electric car, for example. But you know what I am worrying here? The problem is I have seen a lot of issue of explosion. I have seen, and according to civil defense, not necessarily Qatar, when an EV car burn, a water cannot disperse it, cannot suppress. So I think there should be a further study that they have to regulate it something. Something should, no. The thing is, there is a like it, I think it is more dangerous. This is only the thing. Otherwise, if they can address this kind of thing, that there is no possibility of explosion at any moment, then be it. How if there is a collision? I think they actually for me, this is under for me, they have to make a motion of this. Ah, they have to do some further research and study. But look, remember sustainability is not just about environmental protection. If this is unsafe, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think there is something wrong with that. Uh, I've seen a lot of cases, even though it's isolated, we don't know when it will happen. If this is possess more risk to life, we have to think again, no? Now, let's say carpooling, no? Again, they will also have dedicated parking. If you have parking space in the building dedicated for carpool or for electric vehicle, if you have that as part of your building program, master plan in the construction, you'll get points, no? Discount parking also for those. In some country now, they promoted EV and they want to make it 100% EV until 2030. I forgot the place, Poland or Switzerland. I forget. The cost of the tax for EV vehicle, zero. This is how they promote. The government also can support such program. And actually, even in the United States, before, there is a subsidy also from the government, which when there is a dispute between Trump and Elon Musk, the government put it back. I think around $10 billion subsidy. But when they have an issue, no, they have a conflict, no, last time. Elon Musk is very, very angry because the subsidy of the government get back by Trump. Mhm. Trump don't care about environment, no? He care only what is the needs today. This guy is Machiavellian. No? Low-emitting and fuel-efficient vehicle, low-emitting vehicles are classified zero-emission vehicle by California Air Resource Board. So basically, probably those very, very fuel-efficient car, small car, probably is entitled. You see this B8, Land Cruiser, I think it will not be those you will know if it is fuel efficient, more distance but lesser cost, right? But Land Cruiser, I heard you have to spend at least, no, if you're here, staying here in Gowakra, you staying there, you spend around 100 real a day. B8 engine. So this is not entitled for that, no. So for us, how we will how the government will change the law here, impose more tax to highly less efficient, and maybe zero tax and preferred parking discount to they can do that, no? Regulatory also plays a role. Again, today's idea, this is only my idea now, but tomorrow's standard practice. This is what sustainability, right? But like, I think there is an objection from the, where you're staying? Hmm? Here? you have objection about this increasing the tax for less efficient cars for a car?
Yes.
But we want to improve sustainability practice, right? Yeah, but we talks about sustainability. It is, again, meet your needs without compromising future generation needs. Your great son, great daughter, granddaughter. Fuel efficient are vehicles which has achieved a minimum grid score of 45 on the American Council for an Energy Efficient Economy annual vehicle rating guide. I think in India, I've seen some small car. It's only worth 10,000 real, 50,000 real. This I think passed this ACEEE, American Council for Energy Efficient Economy cars. What's the model? I've seen here some, some.
861.
I think. But small like Picanto. But smaller than Picanto, actually.
Sense. Or
Yes.
Item, no?
Mm.
Another item.
Picanto may be candidate, I guess. Huh? Okay, lead for any development location. But the best strategy which covers all the credits in this category contributes to smart growth. And again, the smart growth is that, not that. The architect should consider that. The urban planning architect, I mean. So smart growth is an urban planning and transportation theory, concentrate growth in a compact walkable urban center to avoid sprawl. We discussed that one. Advocate compact, transit-oriented, walkable, bicycle-friendly land use, including neighborhood school, complete streets, mixed-use development, or diverse use, right? We call it like that, with a range of housing choices. From low class to medium class and high class, no? So meaning any class of the society can live together. So the smart growth has these following characteristics: enhance quality of life, meaning it will improve your lifespan, it will make you healthy, it will make you comfortable, promote economic development, create livable community, promote alternative transport, create range of housing opportunity, preserve open space, right? Okay, I just want to ask my co-instructor here. Open space, you will get points. Let's say in the ratio of the building, 50% is open space compared to your pavement. Floor area or not floor area. Gross, yeah, floor area, including external, including external. Let's say 50% is considered open space because it's promote especially if you have like grounds outside, you have landscape, it's promote social connectivity, they call it like that. No, let's say you might have a ground playground like that in that area. It's actually, you will get points for that. Social connectivity. I just want you to define for me, based on green building principle, how you define the
In
wait a second, how you define where it is open space.
open space in the context of green building refers to areas that are left undeveloped to preserve nature and provide communal spaces. They offer environmental benefits and social opportunities for communities.
Okay, so social connectivity is there. So let's say if it is a park for social connectivity, is it also considered open space?
Yes, parks designed for social connectivity are definitely considered open spaces. They offer a communal area for people to gather, interact, and enjoy nature, aligning well with green building principles.
I remembered a good example here in the Souk Wagip, there is a parking underground. So when their parking is underground, they make a landscape, let's say on the top, or landscape or some development on the top, which promote social connectivity, social activity, rather than it is on the parking is on the ground level. So Wagip, right?
Yes, sir. It's no choice.
All right. So the summary, sensitive land protection, this is a prerequisite. It is a big no for you to develop there. There is a debate in the Senate, like what happened is some of the development of this Billiard Corporation is built we have a law actually, and they built it on the existing farmland. And the problem is anyway, very bad, no? No? Remember, what is the problem there? If the farmland is also being developed, you know what is the problem there? Probably food shortage. And if in your area there is a food shortage, then you might need to import, make it what? Unsustainable. Because sustainability promotes also jobs for the local people. Surrounding density and diverse use, access to quality transit, bicycle facility. So normally 1/2 mile, otherwise 1/4 to bicycle. No? Bicycle?
No, transport.
So still quality transit, 140. Urban transport.
Okay. And anyway, I pass so it's not your problem. Green vehicles, you know that, low emission and fuel efficient. And LEED for neighborhood development, what's that? Bus stop, including this carpool, right? So this area we can get points for the carpool, provided these options are available. Now the problem is, look, I want carpool, I like it, but the problem this should be supposed to be regulated. You know what? They're giving discount, but it's cents only. Let's say 20 real, and there is someone staying with me. If I only say 50 dirham, I would rather stay alone. But if you will reduce my cost by around 50%, then I'm happy. But the thing is, it is not still regulated. I think this is only, I'm not sure, but I feel this traffic commission here, I don't know, traffic department here, they have to regulate this. No? This is only my complaint. Otherwise, I'm happy to share. 20 real, you discount me 0.75. Then, rounding, the car will go here, there. But actually, in general, even it is rounding, this is the disadvantage. Waste of time for you, I guess. But it is more environmental friendly. Less traffic because rather than, let's just 4, maximum 4 capacity. Imagine 4 car, we will only use 1. So imagine the traffic that we can reduce as high as 75%. Now, if you promote also if you have this program in O&M, telework, telework, work at home, there is also points. No? But mostly company don't like that. Any question? You're a gentleman from what, sir? Which place? Santa Rosa. Is there any questions from the gentleman from Santa Rosa? Nothing. No further questions? Huh? Sure? Easy, right? So every meeting we will strive to finish 2 sessions so we can finish within next 3 session maximum. No? So if there's no further questions, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Picture ka gabi, please share.
Share. Picture.
Kung isa mo ba? Wala.
Wala nga eh. Hindi ba gagawa na lang ako ng